What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to give you my 5 best tips on how you can trick and flip, do whatever you want in the snow outside, just like this. Alright guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be for all of my northern hemisphere trickers, you know, people that actually know what this stuff is. If you live in California or Florida, I've got something for you. Just kidding guys, no, but seriously, this is all going to be about how to trick better in the snow, so pay attention. Alright guys, so starting off with tip number 1, this is going to be all about what you're wearing on your feet. Ugh. So pretty much guys, I'm like sitting in the snow right now with these socks on, right? It's like 25 degrees out here, my feet are just in the snow, you know what? I'm totally comfortable. So guys, tip number 1, wear some good wool socks. Now if you're like me and you're like pretty much every other trick out there, you really don't want to be wearing shoes when you're flipping. It's just such a nuisance and your tricks are not as good. But you also can't be wearing these kind of like crappy, stretchy Adidas Under Armour things. Not that they're crappy, I mean, I wear them like 99% of the time whenever I put socks on. But guys, if you try to take those things out in the snow, this is gonna go right through them, right into your foot. You're gonna last about 2 seconds before you go screaming back inside. So anyways, my first tip guys is get some nice thicker socks. Now I recommend looking for something that says it's made out of wool, anything that says moisture wicking. A big tip I have for you is looking in the dress socks aisle, because those are typically going to be higher quality, maybe a little bit thicker. The better insulation is, the longer your feet are going to stay warm, the longer you'll be able to trick, the more productive your session is going to be. Alright people, tip number 2 today, I'm talking about clearing off a patch of grass for you to trick on. So if you've never tricked in snow before, then let me tell you something. It's kind of slippery, especially if you have shoes on and you go to do something like off of one leg, like a J-step setup. You're probably just gonna face plant right into the ground. It's a great feeling. If you're trying to do something like that and not just practice standing tricks, clear off a little patch like I'm doing right here. It doesn't take that long. All you need is a shovel. Not to mention, the less snow that is right there, the longer it's going to take for your feet to get cold, so you can like stay outside longer. Duh. Whew. Alright guys, time for tip number 3. This one should come fairly obvious to anyone with half a brain, but you know what? Goes without saying. So guys, you got to bundle up, right? So right now I'm wearing a couple layers. I highly recommend having a t-shirt or a tank top on, something underneath a longer sleeve shirt. Now if you're like me, you probably don't want to be wearing a jacket or anything big and loose, because it's just really annoying to trick with. You can't really do much. It's always like flapping in the way. I'd also recommend wearing a hat, because your ears are probably going to get cold faster than like anything else. And yeah, I mean, like I said, should go without saying, but you know what? Saying it for you anyway. Whew, baby. All right, time for tip number 4. I'm talking about warming up. Now what I mean by this is like physically raising your body temperature, okay? Pretty much any way you want. Now I recommend you do a little light exercise before you start. I'm not talking about like a full-blown workout like this or anything. What I am talking about is doing maybe like some jumping jacks, some burpees, I don't know, jogging in place for a few minutes. Maybe you just go sit in a hot room if you have one, or like next to a heater. I don't know. Again, it should be kind of obvious, but the higher your body temperature is when you walk outside, the longer it's going to take for you to like cool down and get cold. So just warm yourself up before you get outside. You're going to last way longer. So guys, going along with getting warmed up, another thing I recommend you doing that is very similar to that is stay moving once you're outside. The more you're moving, the longer it's going to take for you to get cold. So make sure you stay moving. Now the second reason you want to stay moving, especially if you're wearing socks, is because if your feet stay in one place on top of the snow or ice, it's probably going to melt it and turn to water. The water is going to go right through your sock and you're going to be cold like that. But if you stay moving, then you're not really going to melt anything underneath you. Alright everyone, it's time for tip number 5. The last tip I got for everybody today is talking about your hands. If you notice, all of the flips that I've done, all like 4 of them, have not recorded my hands, because you know what? Cold hands is just really unpleasant. Now if you want, you can wear like some nice gloves, whatever, and I've done this in previous videos, as you guys have probably seen if you watch this channel for a little bit. But it's just an extra thing you have to worry about and like, I don't know, it just takes away from the tricking experience, dude. I'm just kidding, but like, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's one less thing you have to worry about, and you're probably just gonna be more comfortable without gloves. Like right now, I'm fine. I also haven't been putting my hands on the ground. So coming back to tip number 5, guys, stay away from moves where you're required to put exposed skin on the ground. So that's what I'm talking about, wearing those thick socks earlier. And stay away from things like cartwheels, back handsprings, touchdown raises, anything that requires a hand placement on the ground. And that's totally up to you, it's preference. I mean, obviously you gotta practice what you gotta practice. So if you're trying to improve back handsprings or whatever, then just put on some gloves and get to it. But for anyone that just needs to get in a few flips outside during a cold winter day, I recommend you stay away from touching your hand to the ground at all. Going along with it, I also recommend only throwing flips you feel comfortable doing without having to catch yourself. So like, if I tried to double full right now, I would definitely have to put my hands down. So I'm not gonna double full. Well, that and my rib is kind of broken. There you have it, guys. Those are my 5 tips for today, how you can improve your outdoor tricking session, even in the winter, even with snow on the ground. Like I said before, guys, it's 25 degrees right now. Like, you can see my breath. And you know what? I'm still wearing these same socks. I've probably been out here for 20 something minutes recording this video right now, and like my feet are just starting to get cold, so like it's totally fine. So there you have it, everybody. I hope you found this video helpful for your tricking endeavors. If you did, make sure to give it a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new. We're almost at like 350 subscribers. Like, I can't even believe it. We were at 245 January 1st, dude. That's insane. You guys have been killing it on this channel lately. Thank you so much for all the support. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. As always, I hope you have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
You should say